Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Magic Monday.
Happy Magic Monday. Hey, Lorna.
Hi, Christine. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Glad to hear it.
Good.
Glad to hear
Yeah.
it. So, as you can see from our topic today, we're going to talk about self-care. And I think that at this point in our lives, if you pick up a magazine or read articles on the internet or anywhere you look, even on the nightly news, they're talking self-care, self-care, self-care. And this may be something that you do regularly. This may be something that comes and goes in your life. Or you may be someone who says, who has time for that? That's for people who have more time and more money than I do. I am way too busy for self-care. And you guys probably know that where Christine and I fall is we keep it as regular as possible in our lives. And we want to talk about why we do that and why we think it's important and why you're seeing it everywhere and how you can make it a part of your life too.
Yeah. And what all of that has to do with maybe, tapping into your magic, right? Well, what gets us into self-care? How do we know? I think Lorna and I, honestly, yes, we have all our intentions are always in place and having that, in place, but life gets a little crazy sometimes. Life throws you curveballs, schedules change, people, places, and things can get, ornery sometimes. How do you know when self-care is your solution to the change that you want to create? How do you know? Okay, so really simple. As you go through your days, start to notice how you're feeling. Is life feeling particularly challenging? Are you tired all the time? Are you getting a lot of headaches? Are you seeming to make a series of decisions and choices that aren't really serving you, right? You're knocking up against a lot of stuff. You're easily irritated with folks. You just feel like you're always behind, right? And you're kind of exhausted mentally and physically at the end of the day. If that is the case, whether, as Lorna said, whether that's you've never really thought about self-care or found a way to enter into it, or maybe you had a really good self-care routine that's just sort of you all of a sudden wake up and you notice what happened, right? What I normally used to do isn't in place anymore, right? That's part of the journey. That's part of us being human. So many ways we all get these wake-up calls, and we'd like to say that self-care is really the doorway, to living more grounded, more authentic, more in alignment with what really matters to you, right? How you can take action in the world from a place that actually is authentically what you want and what you desire. And when you're reacting to everything and your body's depleted and your mind is too busy, it's just not possible, right? And that's why self-care really is the key, to having more of what you want in your life.
Yes. And recognizing that it's finding time for it and making it a part of your everyday and, all those things that you mentioned, Christine. The other way that we notice it is when we wake up exhausted, right? Or we wake up and we're already out the bed on the to-do list, just go, 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 busy, busy, busy. There's just no time for any kind of self-awareness, any kind of self-anything. And I think we really want to point out that the only way that you can fall back on these things, that these things can work for you when it's not even just a regular day, but it's a day when really crazy things are happening, when life gets really hard and really challenging. The only way that self-care is going to help you is if you've established it during just your regular everyday, like when life is just normal crazy, as opposed to, having an actual crisis going on.
Yes.
And one of the reasons we want to put this in place to have it all the time, because it helps us every single day, as you said, Christine, in dealing with things that are hard and everything that's being thrown at us and managing from that place and being different around it. And then it really, really comes into play when life gets crazy, when there's a real challenge or tragedy in your life.
Exactly. And there is no right or wrong. Again, we're not here to tell you, should it be a facial? Should it be a massage? Should it be meditation? Should it be yoga? Really, the menu of options is far and wide and has to work for you and your lifestyle and your way of feeling good. But I think what Lorna and I want to, start with really fundamentally is in order to partake in any of those, many options of self-care and self-care rituals, it all starts with the decision and intention for yourself, right? That you are worth it, that your outer world is something that, for the most part, you really have not much control over, but you have 100% control of your inner world. And that's what self-care is. Self-care, as much as it is for the body and the physical realm, it starts with your mind. It starts with the most important fundamental decision, which is that if I can come from a more of a grounded place, be more aware of my thoughts, as you said, self-awareness, right? Then I can say, you know what, I do need to slow down. I don't like the way starting my morning, hitting the snooze button 10 times and lying to myself and saying, how am I going to get through the day? I don't want to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. So the first act of self-care, of deep, real self-care, is to decide that you are worth the time to do something different, to feel better in your everyday, right? That's the first decision.
Right. And Christine, in these videos and in our writing and in our workshops, we always talk about this, it's not what happens, but it's how you react to it. And some people feel so out of control in their reactions that they say, well, how could I even change that? How can I get off autopilot? And grounding yourself and having a ritual around being still with yourself, taking a walk, having a cup of tea, taking a bath, that's how you know what that groundedness feels like. And then that's how you can draw from it when your boss gives you that extra assignment, or when your child is late for curfew for the 27th time, right? That is how it comes into play and starts allowing things to be different in your daily life.
Exactly. So it starts small, right? And it starts with just a decision. Like, I think the most important quality that you want to create for yourself is that feeling, that quiet, right? And whatever that looks like for you. And that it doesn't have to be, 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes. It can start with 2 minutes, So I know that when I first started meditation was just simply sitting still and doing some breathing exercises. That was it. You wake up in the morning. Who has time? Everybody has time to breathe, right? Before a meal, before you sit down at your computer, maybe, before you start your car, right? And you have to get from point A to B to go somewhere. Just a few deep breaths. The quality of that quiet and calm, as you said, Lorna, once you're in touch with that, you want it more and more.
Yes.
Right? And you just crave it. You say, hey, that's available to me. Oh, I want some more of that. And even more in the moment. But yes, as you said, the truth is, and the science will support this, that you bank all of this, because what we're actually doing is rewiring our brain. We're changing our biochemistry. So we're going to be less reactive in the world, from a practice of doing so, which is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a self-care ritual at this point, we would really, really encourage you to find something that lights you up, something that is appealing to you, whether it's a walk in the woods, whether it's meditation, whether it's journaling, anything that allows you to come within yourself, to get that grounded feeling that you can then take into the rest of your day.
Excellent. And if you do have a self-care and it's gotten a little sloppy, like mine has definitely in the past, right? Gentle reminder, right? You want to feel good. So recognize, take the time. You're so worth it.
Definitely. So everyone have a great week, and we will see you next Magic Monday.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.